political decision.
Yeah, get me off the screen. I could see you sweating already.
I was like,
I have to agree with the panel. Well, I mean, they talked the importance of the offlaners in this one. I think Liquid's offlane is much stronger. Like, sure, you have Keeper of the Light with Undying, which is pretty insane what you bring in this lane, lower the cooldown on decay, so you're gonna keep this spam going. But it's also gonna be, like, this is one of those lanes where it can be very, like, hit or miss, depending how Bloodseeker is gonna CS in this lane. But they also could do, and I can already see it happening, they want to swap the lanes. I can see Zai being in the bottom lane, so they don't want to run into this Undying. This is also like a potential tri lane coming out from Team Liquid, which is really strong and leaves Zai in the safe lane. Mag, relatively self-sustainable, like has decent amount of regen. I see Bracer, I see Ring of Health, pretty standard stuff coming out from Zai, at least in the quick buy. But let's see if they stick with the tri lane for now. Maybe try to get a first blood and see who's going to show up in this bottom lane. Because it seems right now that OG doesn't have a clue what's happening. But DM might scout things out, and he actually scouts the ward bottom.
So trying to make sure that he could get that vision. I'm wondering, like, level 2 kind of feels like that mark. If you're going to go with a Coddle Undying, right? When you finally have that Tombstone, you've hit a couple decays, you just drop the Tombstone, run in and go, hoping that maybe a couple Illuminates hit or Blinding Light that pushes him back towards you.
I don't see Magnus dying in this one. Sure, he can be low, but the way they set up the lanes, and yeah, Boxy tried to go for this kill. It's going to be a lot of harassment on Taiga. I don't think you can out-harass Undying in this lane, but they did reveal Observer Wards. That was nicely done by DM, who went into tower range. This is like this cliff spot near the bottom tier 1 tower on Radiant. It's a really good ward, but it's very, like, obvious one, I would say.
Right. It's similar to that check we see mid for wards, right?
Yes.
Just getting the tower range, you'll know right away whether or not there's a ward up on that high ground. It's one of those simple ones, too. If you're playing at a pub and trying to gain some MMR, that might be that little tick of the needle where you can put yourself into a higher bracket. Who knows? Where you look
that
smart.
1D ward will make a difference for sure.
Yeah, you know, the laning phase goes a little bit better. You get some confidence. You get that early D ward, that gold. It's the mindset, not just the, you know, taking out one ward.
Yeah, I agree. Coming into a pub while watching 3 replays of professional e-gamers playing it before it does
I have 5
tend to
monitors
give you
to do so.
Shoot. In a bit of a trouble here. He's only level 1.
Yeah, he'll be first blood. Insania's going to get that kill, and that's the aggression that he can use with this Lich, and it's why we see this hero so often. Taiga's also going to drop bottom. He got low, and they even used this Tombstone to try and make something happen, but Boxy, he's up here on the cliff.
Just enjoying his time. Wants to get level 2 somehow, to get off the cliff. With his... Because he TP'd, yeah, he TP'd bottom, which means that he doesn't have TP available. If somehow he can manage to get level 2 with the blast off, one way is to drag the creep wave, the big camp, so he's in the XP range.
Oh no.
Zai. He can also join him there with Skewer. They become king of the hill.
Oh, Blinding Light, Shockwave, Blood Grenade, and a Decay. They just kill Zai. Boxy's still here.
Oh, Sai, what did you do? I saw him trying to skewer away to get to this enemy secret shop by Ring of Hell, but unsuccessful. Scanning, knowing that Boxy's there, and Taiga, he's looking around. He wants to kill that courier.
Yeah, it's saving Private Ryan right now, this courier, trying to get a TP over to him. Oh,
there's the creep wave. Boxy's trying to farm it, get that level 2. Zai's gonna help out. This is the play. Get off the cliff.
Go. Finally got that TP scroll.
Yeah, Arturito would be proud watching Boxy being stuck.
Taiga?
Let's see the blast off. He's out.
What a way to do it. Spending, what, 2 minutes on that cliff? Just chilling, hanging out.
It's actually big, because this lane was supposed to go really well for Liquid. Sure, the top lane is going good. Mickey, as a Bloodseeker, he's moving at the speed of light, pretty much. Has boots of speed available. And playing against Ursa, Bloodseeker does have a ton of armor at start, so doesn't really care too much about these early physical damage from Ursa. And on top of that, you do have Lich armor.
Yeah, the Lich armor, which helped them get that first blood. It's the 2-1 build right now for the Lich, and you're just trying to use that Frost Blast. throw some aggression out, and when you can, have Mickey go in with the Frost Shield. And they've also got that Blood Grenade. Seen a lot of those. Obviously, supports usually holding them in their inventory, depending on how aggressive you're going to be in that lane. If you'll buy any more. Oh my god, he clipped him again. He had clipped him again. He had to blast off the cliff.
Boxy at least now has TP available, is level 2, so it's all good. They can only cliff him so many times. They can't stop him from TPing away. That's the problem. See? Putting in some pressure in this bottom lane. DM
and the decays
going in very deep. It's down Tombstone.
Committed. They're going to chase Zai. They want to go. They want to keep up with him, but now he's always had skewer, so if he was really in much trouble, he would have just skewered out.
All right, I'm just going to call it out right now.
Yeah.
Second game, doesn't matter if Liquid wins or loses. They're going to ban out Undying, because this is pretty terrible to play into. Like, look where Zai's standing. He's a tier 2 tower right now.
I thought you were going to say they were going to ban the Coddle so they don't get cliffed like that again.
I mean, they have Rubik as well, so they can use that. Let's see, Zai.
Oh.
He's trying to soak up as much XP as he can in this one, but Courier also dies, and DM. This is pretty ridiculous in this bottom lane. Like, we saw a glimpse of the mid lane. There's not much happening as expected. Both spirits are going to farm up. Unless you mess up terribly, you should not get a kill. And forcing a TP on Yuragi. Never mind, they stop it.
He's trying to get out of this one, but he's not going to be so fortunate to do so. Mickey's going to get a kill there on Yuragi. And that will be another one in this top lane.
Yeah, walk of shame, as we like to call it. He's not going to be able to TP back because he already used it, which is going to give some solo XP to Mickey.
Yeah, that's going to be really good for this Bloodseeker. At least something right now is going right in one of the side lanes for Liquid is now Chu. Ooh, Aether Remnant from BZM. That'll hit on Anisha, but Anisha's very confident with this shield. Yeah, they know that they can get that kill on a Chu.
Not much you can do there. Being level 3 as Rubik, you already used your lift. Ember Spirit with Remnants, he had 2 available. Orb of Corrosion, you don't even have Boots of Speed, so they can easily chase you down.
Yeah, I'm about to be level 6. Seems very quick. As Nisha and BZM just going back and forth. Pretty much the CS is equivalent, but now you've got that kill for Nisha, and that's where he's getting a little bit of an advantage. Overall. I say overall, but behind by about 60 gold. And he got the kill stats-wise.
Look at Boxy, he's sneaky. Let's see the blast off. 1 second, he's going in.
Uh-oh. But now he's caught. BZM's here.
Value. No way, he TP's out.
Does he TP out? What? Oh, he's dead.
He tied to Astral Step, but that was really close. Also having a point in Reactive Taser early on.
Taiga tried to
use Blinding Light to get him off. He knew what was going to happen, but Boxy still timed it perfectly.
They bring Shu bottom, like they're trying to catch Zai. Zai's actually trying his best to recover too, and he's close to 6, so they'll have RP relatively soon if they want to use it. He's just kind of gathering information while the rest of the team comes over. DM's going to use that ult, and immediately Blood Grenade, Fade Bolt, Zai on the run, not 6, so no RP. And he'll just die to DM, and this Undying continues to be just a big issue for this bottom lane for Liquid. And right back to top for Chu. This is a good movement from them. I love these twin gates, how you can use them effectively like this.
It's a great addition to the game, makes like the side lanes much more gankable. Like, I don't even think we should call it safe lane anymore, because it's like these twin gates, you can so easily backstab it with the third hero. Insania now in trouble.
Yeah, he's pretty dead. That Aether Remnant hits, and the Astral Step early on still doing a lot of damage. We've seen Void Spirits kind of pop off, so it gets a little bit scary when you start to feed in gold like this. These Astral Steps are doing a lot of damage, and you know that with everything else, of course, when you could just pile it on. Rupture on a DM, Blood right down. RP also used by Zai. So Rupture and RP, but he's starting to decay on 2. They've got the skewer, they'll get the kill eventually.
And some extra gold.
But he's pretty
Tombstone. So
Yeah.
Zai's getting it back in action. He's level 6.
Nisha mid. And Nisha as well. Nisha's by himself. It's 3-on-1, but with the Remnant away, he's able to escape. Doesn't have any more mana to work with, but still survives and keeps his life.
There's a big difference in two supports. Team Liquid, they're already level 5. Insania very close to level 6, while Rubik's only level 4. Same goes for Keeper of the Light, because they stole those XP runes from enemies, so they're gonna hit an earlier timing. Imagine level 6 Lich showing up 9.5 minutes using Chain Frost, especially if like you don't have Astral Step or Dissimulate. Now holding the high ground, but I mean, I'm just staying ahead. He's not level
Blast
6
off.
yet.
And the Sinister Gaze, but BZM, he's going to be able to dissimulate, grab the Aether Remnant, now the double decay. The Astral Step of the kill into Insania. BZM, though, luckily he's got that Resonant Pulse, but I don't know if that's
Here
going to be
comes
enough
Mickey.
with Mickey coming over and getting the kill into BZM, now looking for more. Blood right down. That lands on Taiga and kills him. So it's a double kill for a moving Bloodseeker. Comes over mid and helps the rest of his team.
Okay, a player that wants to join some of these earlier fights, especially when he plays Bloodseeker, kind of becoming his signature hero as well. And looking at the amount of farm, but yeah, looking also at the stacks that DM is farming, this is pretty nuts. He's gonna have Mech Vanguard in no time. Like, this is gonna be 11 minutes, which is gonna be pretty insane. But Mickey is also off to a great start. He's about to finish off Maelstrom in the next 30 seconds or something. So his farm is gonna amplify.
I was looking over at Zai. He picked up, of course, Spark of Courage.
As you always should.
Always should, every hero. It's available.
Well, most of the time. I mean, look at Meke. He picked up his. Void Spirit's holding on to Pickball. Probably didn't get it. It's just such a good item on these carries. If you want to get the farm going, like even for some offlaners, it feels really nice to have.
What about for like an Ancient Apparition?
Or yes. Others no.
Okay.
I feel like I shattered your dreams. You want to pick it up on your
Taiga?
signature AA Taiga. Nice.
Ooh,
Blinding Light
Blinding
stops
Light?
it this time.
Yeah, Blast Off, not going to connect, but Sleight of Fist certainly does, and they'll get the kill there anyway on a Taiga. But, oh, bit of a cheeky move. Is this? I'm looking at this techies, and it's kind of glowing. I saw the reactive taser be green, so I was just wondering about that. I have nowhere to click his items anymore. I'm a big item fiend. BZM. Still getting hit by that sticky bomb. Sleight of Fist. Aether Remnant hits Nisha, but they don't really have much follow-up to that anymore. Astral Step, and Boxy's in trouble. Proximity Mine down. That'll explode. Now a Chain Frost bouncing around as Taiga drops. It's a 1-for-1 with another Sleight of Fist as the Tombstone was committed. But Nisha not working with a lot of mana anymore. He also picks up a shield rune, and we've seen how strong this rune can be. It feels a little bit broken at times.
Yeah, pretty much. But as soon as DM joins the fight's pretty much over. Level 9 Undying 404 build. Having 2 Lotuses as well. Lance of Pursuits for some extra slow. If he connects onto a target, that target's pretty much dead unless it's Void Spirit. So things are pretty even. Team Liquid still continues to farm up. We didn't talk too much about Yuragi. He's getting closer to his Battle Fury, just a recipe away pretty much.
So once he gets that Battle Fury, he's going to start to really bulk up. And it's not naked Battle Fury either. He's still got treads. Like, this isn't a terrible timing at all.
No, but still needs a lot of catching up to do, considering that Mickey, he's level 10. He already has Maelstrom going into Yasha already, so his farm is going to go insanely high. Like, there's still going to be another, like, 30 seconds until Battle Fury gets delivered. So Team Liquid, they're not really afraid to play this farm game. As soon as they get, like, one item on Ember Spirit, which is going to be Maelstrom.
They're trying to pinch this Ursa, but they already used the RP. Aether Remnant landed for a second. They're still jumping. Zai, the skewer over, actually missing the
Good
blast off now. So
anti-combo.
Chew, he's got the stolen RP. Didn't use it. Showed it, though. And they get the kill on a Zai, so that's always nice to get, especially when the gold's going to Yuragi. Edifice Searing Chains, Taiga in trouble, Sticky Bomb down, Aether Remnant lands on Tanisha. Chain Frost will bounce all the way over to DM and now over to the neutrals, bouncing back to DM on the kill off Taiga. They drop the Tombstone to try and deter them from coming in, but they go to the Rupture. Now the Blood Right, and it doesn't look like this Undying is going to survive. They'll get the kill with the Proximity Mine, as now BCM is in. Assimilate off to the side, Telekinesis and
no
RP,
follow-up.
but no follow-up to that one. Blastoff comes in, Chu ends up dead. So RP from the side of OG is a little bit wasted, and nobody dies on the side of Liquid from that one.
Nisha shows up in that fight with Shield Rune, extra 500-600 HP on top of it, cannot be bursted, has Flame Guard, level 3, has Frost Shield on top of it, and looking at the build from Insane, I don't think I've seen this before, maybe in some pub games, but definitely an interesting one, going for Max Frost Blast on Lich. Doesn't okay, that's why, because he's going for new item, getting that Phylactery, so every 2-3 abilities from Lich are gonna proc Phylactery, and this feels like Insania thinks he can get away with it.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Taiga got a lot of those, but so did Nisha.
Yeah, this is so many buffs that they can throw on Ember Spirit or Bloodseeker. You'll have all these support items. Eventually, there's gonna be Solar Crest, Pavis maybe, and then you'll have Empower, Frost Shield on top of it. So he's gonna be fine. Now he's super tanky, Power Treads Vanguard, Echo Saber as well, going into what we've seen in the last couple of weeks, multiple times. Harpoon, setting things up for your own skewer, and then displacing a hero, killing it instantly. Ragi getting the farm in the lane, and now trying to find some farm in the outer rings as well.
What is a Phylactery? Is Boxy gonna die here, and they've got the disarm onto Yuragi. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains coming through and locking him up for a second. Chu's got these stolen Proximity Mines, so don't want to get all too close to those as he's starting to drop those down. The top lane, BZM, goes to the Dissimulate. Okay, they've got the Rupture on a BZM, still trying to fight Insania and get a kill here,
the
but
Chain
Chain
Frost
Frost's gonna now bounce over to the creeps, and they'll get two! Lucky bounces.
Yeah, having some real fun in this game. Him and Insania. This is the lane that just feels super strong right now, and whenever I see it in action, they just dumpster it. Mickey's level 14, 16 minutes into the game, about to be level 15.
Oh, damn. He has had a very perfect start.
That's the power of Spark of Courage. Here we go. To back up my point that this item's broken.
That Shield Rune, I know you say, is pretty broken as well.
Yeah. Also, Mickey, pretty broken.
Yeah, I'll text the frog.
Nerf Mickey, 7.33 D.
Yeah. Mickey can no longer pick heroes that are good by the general public. DM? They've ruptured too. So even if he gets away from this, they could just rupture him, but he's not going to do so as they've got the lockdown and the damage. Mickey just ripping him apart. He is so farmed in the moment.
And gotta take another stack.
Liquid is just dismantling OG, especially after the start that DM had. Now he's 2-3-1, and you look at that, he's just bottom core. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's already 4,000 ahead of Yuragi. That's one full item. This is pretty much Manta style that he has extra coming into a fight, but yeah, good play from OG. They understand that Roshan's going to be on Dire's side, and while having Ursa, because they just showed 2-3 heroes bottom, they immediately go to the Roche pit and secure Aegis for Yuragi, which is going to delay the game, and that's exactly what they need.
Right. Try to delay as much as you can, get Yuragi back to some farm, because he is gaining farm at a pretty substantial rate. He's just not farming as much as Mickey is, because Mickey's 7-0-3. Who wants to go into the Axe for the Blood Mist?
It's another, pretty much shield. You get so much effective HP coming to a fight with it.
The Blast Off lands on a BZM. They go to the Dissimulate. He'll Astro Step away. They go to the RP, and it lands on a 2. The Chain Frost is going to follow it up and start to bounce. They'll get both kills. Mickey coming in into the speed of light, and Yuragi's out of the back lines. Gets the kill on a Boxy, but tries to TP out and will do so. So at least they get a 2-for-1, but still, Liquid coming in and looking crisp.
Woo. They might also be able to take this tower as well. They have a lot of damage, 2 heroes farming with Empower, make it 3 for a short period of time, and Xenia, he caught BZM, but it's not gonna be enough. This Phylactery feels really good to have on Lich. It's just like extra slow, extra damage as well. It's a greedy item, but I think he can afford to go for it. Mickey now in trouble.
Kill would be worth so much gold. The Illuminate and the kill, BZM getting so much gold. 729 plus the 784 to 4 heroes. That's a pretty substantial pickup for the side of OG.
It's big. It's massive. They also didn't take Aegis off Yuragi, so he's going to have that for another 3 minutes. Still carry-to-carry matchup. Bloodseeker, he can easily kite Ursa in a fight. He can't just lock onto it. And also Ursa hero that does rely on moving to deal damage. I mean, every pretty much hero kind of needs to move. Maybe Monkey King doesn't with Wukong's, but you get the point. Like, he needs to stick onto a target, and Rupture is going to take a lot of his damage from a fight.
We'll see what they do once Mickey comes back up, because I don't think the confidence is really going to be weaning away after just one death like that, right?
No, I think they should try to go for what they've been doing so far, go for these aggressive pickoffs. Still very limited amount of lockdown on side of OG. One of the reasons why Nisha didn't even die a single time, going into Kaya's Sanj, like even this lift from Rubik pulled, so some status resistance gonna kick in. This is the type of a game where, like, Ember might just end up with 0 deaths if they win the game. Even if they don't, it feels like it's a very possible that this is gonna happen. Now Nisha, double damage this time around.
As those Guardian Greaves, Remnant now, over towards Taiga. Simulate away. They'll blast off to gain some distance, and, well, they've got the Harpoon finished on Zai, so they can pull in Taiga and get another kill. And all of a sudden, I mean, kind of quietly, Taiga's 0-8. He did what he needed to do for the lane. He just hasn't really had much opening elsewhere, right?
I mean, he doesn't really have hero to play with other than Void Spirit. They also lacked levels. Because Rubik, he kind of needs that level 6 relatively early on to have higher impact. Coddle, not as much. Sure, you do like have Spirit form and everything, but he needs someone to play with. It just didn't happen this time around. They were slightly under-leveled, and looking at the auras that Liquid are building, Solar Crest already done on techies, going into drums next.
Let's say, though, Chu stole Empower, and that'll certainly help in terms of the farm aspect for BZM and Yuragi. He, like, went right towards the Ursa to give him that.
That's a big one. He does have Battle Fury, but still, the amount of farm you can get with Battle Fury plus Empower is pretty nuts. I think the big turnaround play for OG is going to be once they pick up Nullifier. This item just changes everything. I also, let me just check what BZM has queued up. Okay, he's going for Mantis Style and Lincoln Sphere. Does not want to get controlled by either Rupture or Lich. But Nullify, I wouldn't even mind seeing them pick up later down the line 2 Nullifiers on their side. Too much value. You remove Empower, you remove Shield, you remove Blood Rage. With Shard, this is so much damage taken out.
Yeah, you really
Solar
need
Crest. Yeah, everything's dispellable in this patch. Like, so... Speaking of Nullifier, Zai has one. So, you use that on Ursa. He can't get Overpower. This is massive. This is... Like, this item is just too good right now.
And they're coming over. Nisha's just kind of playing with his food at the moment, going for DM. While the rest of the team is here to follow it up.
Good body blocks.
I think Taiga's about to die here from the harpoon that comes from Zai. He's wrapping all the way around. There it is.
Here we go.
I mean, that is the long wraparound. DM dies. Taiga's going to go down. Both these heroes, just nowhere for them to go as the rest of the team, the side of OG, is continuing to farm elsewhere on the map. So
they need to defend. They need to be in the base because there's going to be a lot of damage onto it. Empower, Blood Rage, Bloodseeker, who's extremely farmed. And another one.
Yeah, that's not going to work there, Chu. They still have RP. Like, they could definitely still fight.
They have everything available other than Rupture.
Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, BZM. Needs to be careful again. Astral Step going for Nisha, but the lack of lockdown is just so apparent.
And we can call it lockdown. That is just not enough. And there's still tier 2 tower available on the mid lane. So they could go for it again. Rupture about to be off cooldown as well. But Mickey wants to farm some creeps to come into a fight with that shield from Aghanim Scepter.
So Tormentor is available. Other team really finding Tormentor available here for the Radiant if they want to go back for it. As they got Rubik his shard, which should be there for the telekinesis save, but there hasn't been much time to get these saves, right?
It's also not the easiest one, especially if we're talking about Rupture. You can't just throw someone. It's gotta be griefing rather than saving people.
My pubs.
Let's see, next Roshan could potentially respawn in 50. Which is gonna be a big one. That cheese plus Aegis. I also saw Yuragi picking up shard for himself. Like, understands that he's gonna need that rather than just waiting for it to maybe get it from Tormentors.
Right. Well, he's gonna get it last. Like, the odds of him getting it, it would just be like third or fourth Tormentor, right? If they were invading and if they had the net worth lead, maybe he doesn't get it because they go and steal Liquid's Tormentor, but that's just not happening.
You can always sell your items, lower your net worth, and then you get it.
I mean,
not the brightest idea that came
like
out
a
from
me
me.
idea. Yeah, I was surprised I wasn't the one who said that after I heard it.
I thought you were gonna back me up, say it's really, really good, but
I think that might
you were
be a
kind of
smart
silent.
play.
Long Grosh respawn, full 3 minutes.
You only get half the gold back. Yeah, it's still value town. A lot of damage being done here on Boxy by those mines that Chu left a long time ago. They go and get the kill on the Boxy. They'll throw it on the blood, right? That's the silence onto the Rubik as DM surviving, but there's the RP as well as the Chain Frost that bounces over to Yuragi, but not doing a lot of damage as they'll finish off Chu. Aether Remnant right clicks. Nisha still not dealing with much control from the side of OG, so he's able to Remnant away. The Solar Bind slowing him down, but another Sleight of Fist. He's out of Remnant, so they wanted to go. Now is really the time to catch Nisha, but they're unable to really break the front line.
They don't know when Roshan's gonna spawn. We know that better than professional e-athletes, so that's one good thing going for us. So they can wait it out. Like, there's gonna be another RP available in 80 seconds. Rupture's gonna come off cooldown. Some Remnant's gonna be restored on Nisha as well. Let's see.
Step on two. And the Aether Remnant catching it, Senior, but the blood right now, the silence. Manta. So purging that silence. Sticky Bomb still does some damage. And he's got that Pavis.
Zai wants to go inside the base and finish off these range barracks at least.
Yeah, why not? If they're going to stay there, force them back, right?
A very Zai moment, I would say. BZM, he's the one who TP'd back, but they need more. Taiga as well.
They don't really have the option to TP out though, because they've got Nisha here. Like, you go to TP and you might just get caught like Chu did with the Searing Chains. The control is available for Liquid. It's not really there for
Look
OG.
at Tai, he caught Taiga as well.
Yep, Harpoon comes in, they use the Rupture, it's on a BZM, they'll focus their attention on Taiga, get the kill there, blood right down, but then assimilate. Now going into the trees, I think Mickey is kind of aware of this. Aether Remnant connects, and Mickey's gonna pop his own Manta, and they'll go and get the kill there on a BZM. So, I mean, that is just the absolute perfect play, forcing heroes back, stopping their TPs. Now the team is split, you fight, you have everything, go. Get these kills, and they're still looking for more. They still want DM. Yuragi, he can really be a spectator on this one.
Zai's chasing Harpoon.
Skewer back. Got the Harpoon. Skewer should be a full team wipe. Oh boy. Yuragi looking for something, but he's gonna go in TP. Can't quite get that team wipe, unfortunately.
Zai staying on the high ground. Looked like
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
There's a Blink Dagger now. Has that Nullifier you talked about, the Harpoon. You push, you pull. I mean, this is really the life of a Magnus these days.
How's that Nullifier looking on Yuragi? Needs another, like, 1,300 gold This could be a turnaround play. Might be a bit too late now, but this is how you started. Let's see, Roshan, it's back in the pit. Gonna be there for another minute until he changes his spot.
There's nobody here from OG, so this just looks like a free roast, truthfully. Jumping through those twin gates is just a ambitious play where you end up taking damage from those mines. There's nothing you can do. You want to farm that nullifier. You want to get your items, so you have to give up that Roche. But you just haven't been able to get kills on these heroes, so it's becoming a big struggle.
It's been a while since they killed either Mickey. Nisha didn't even die throughout this whole game. And look at that. Another shield rune on Ember Spirit on top of Flame Guard, Frost Shield, Dragon Scale. He's just not gonna die. He has Shiva's Guard available as well.
It's just not fair. And look at that. Chew. Running to his death. Knows he's pretty dead there. Boxy's played so aggressive. I feel like his positioning this game has been just very forward.
Yeah, he was either on a cliff or very deep into the enemy territory. Love this type of a player. This nullifier causes a lot of troubles that Sai has picked up. Like, Ursa doesn't get to play Dota. Like, this...
This nullifier is not coming out for a while. The courier was just killed with the sacred relic on it for Ursa.
Pack it up, boys. Without nullifier, you can't really take that fight. Look at that HP on Nisha. Has another 500.
Fair, balanced, always allowed. Now going in, but look at this. Immediately, Yuragi has to run. They'll go for Taiga instead. They've got the telekinesis from their own Rubik to try and throw Yuragi from the damage. And Taiga still dying
kill.
here,
Yes, he
and
can.
they
And gets
finally
the
get
heal.
themselves DM. Aether Remnant, Mickey in some trouble, but he's got an Aegis to work with. So really, I mean, killing off Mickey is not really the biggest concern here for Liquid, as there's the Chain Frost, doesn't bounce. One mine exploding, Aether Remnant connects. Nisha still, though, with half health. They go to the Harpoon into the Skewer, and now you're out of the base. Sinister Gaze, BZM. He'll get back in with the Astral Step, so not awful, but holding. Trying to use some decent adjectives here to not be rude.
It's just
It's
very difficult. Like, there is no nullifier available on Ursa. I think I mentioned it like 3 times because it's so important in this type of a game to remove all these buffs that they throw on heroes. And also, you get nullified yourself, so without overpower, you can't really deal damage with Ursa. Nullifier is on such a low cooldown as well. This is 9 seconds cooldown, 5 seconds duration. Another Rupture.
Harpoon instead on the Chew telekinesis, and that's not going to help him out. Chew's going to die. He doesn't have buyback. Now the Rupture is finally worn out on BZM as they watch this bottom set of racks start to take some damage.
Mickey also holding on to Paladin and Sword, so some extra healing coming out from that. Extra spell lifesteal on top of it. Very nice synergy with Blood Mist. Bit low on mana though.
Solarbind, now Harpoon looking for the Skewer. Still has RP available when he wants to use it. Yuragi taking a lot of damage. There goes the Chain Frost. That's going to bounce over and get the kill on a Taiga. So Nisha, he's got that. And like you said, this is a game where it felt like Nisha was never going to die, and he hasn't done so yet. He's 7-0-15 and not afraid to go in at any point throughout these 33 minutes.
Yeah, they want to close it out. There is still tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Zai will take care of the business. And even picks up Manta Style off his own.
Manta Style is also one of those items just getting picked up by so many heroes.
Yeah, universal heroes with Manta Style feels a really nice item to be picked up. Great stats coming out from it. Let's see, one last fight potentially for OG.
Going in, RP on a 2 though. BZM's already dead. He's gonna buy back. They've got the silence. There's the Harpoon with the Blood Mist, skewering away Yuragi from the rest of his team, and he does not have buyback. So there's no more Ursa. There's no more game here for OG. They'll call GG, and Liquid in dominating fashion, despite what happened bottom, take game 1. I mean, that is really just perfect from A to B with everything.